Hey Exoticals, welcome back to the Beluga series. For those of you who are new to this channel, my Beluga series, it talks about the psychology of people who are fat, but then they want to gaslight us skinny people into thinking we're doing too much. So if I sound like a narc in some of these videos, it's because so many people have talked shit about skinny people. I want to be able to talk my shit back. And it's like, sis, you're fat because you don't believe that you can be skinny. You're fat because you don't believe in yourself. So, how are you going to get mad at me because I actually decided to have some discipline? I actually decided to get my ass up and go to the gym. You're literally mad at me because you didn't have the discipline to achieve the same goals. And it's like, if you want to be fat, just say it. If you want to be shaped like a potato, then that's fine. Just do it. Nobody's stopping you. I mean, if you want to be a linebacker, if you want to be shaped like a refrigerator, if you want to look like a walking Hawaiian roll or a walking biscuit, then go for it. But everybody doesn't want to look like that. Have you guys ever noticed that people get offended when you don't want to look like them? So when I say, hey, I don't want to be fat, I don't want to be a size 25, then you got all these people who are hella offended, like, oh my God, how dare you? Oh, that's fat phobic. And it's like, I don't have to overeat and stuff myself with food in order to fit in with people who have no discipline over their bodies. And I've had so many people come in my comment section and they'll be like, oh, well, my hormones are off, or like, something's wrong with me. That's why I keep gaining weight. My thyroid is fucked up. Okay, well, bitch, I ain't your doctor. Okay? So instead of arguing on YouTube comment sections, maybe you should actually go to a doctor's office. Just because your hormones are messed up, just because your thyroid is fucked, that doesn't mean that everybody else has to now gain weight so that they can fit in with you. And when it comes to the psychology of obese people who try to pressure others into being obese, or they make excuses, it's like, you just don't believe that you have the discipline to sustain a skinny body. That's what it is. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can say no to the chocolate cake. You don't know how to say no to hot Cheetos at 2 a.m. You don't know how to say no to the donuts in the office because you have no boundaries. You have no boundaries around food, no boundaries around your own body. And if that's how you want to live, that's fine. But I have boundaries with my shit. Okay? I have a standard that I want to hold myself to. I have a certain aesthetic that I like to meet. So if anybody thinks that skinny women think we're better, bitch, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if you think that I think I'm better. Because I like the way my body looks. I like the attention that I get from having a nice body, and I will never apologize for that. I enjoy the validation that I get from society for having a nice body. I enjoy the opportunities that come to me. I like walking into the store and just being able to look at the mannequin and be like, okay, that shirt's gonna look cute on me. Because my body actually looks like the mannequin. I don't have hella rolls popping out of the sides and popping out of the back of my neck. I don't have a hot dog pack on the back of my neck because I have hella rolls everywhere. So I can actually look at a mannequin in the mall and be like, okay, that shirt's gonna look good, that dress is gonna look good on me. And so I like that. That's a privilege. That's called thin privilege. So if I have the option to either have thin privilege or be a lazy ass bitch, why would I choose to be a lazy ass bitch? Out of all the options in the world, out of all the opportunities that I could have in life, why would I choose to sit on the sidelines and be lazy as hell? No, I'm not making that choice. So it's like, you can't get mad that other women made different choices than you. And I'm going to be honest too. When I'm fat, I do not feel confident. You know how they say, oh, well, you should love yourself at any size. Bitch, I do not love it when my thighs rub together. I don't love having stretch marks. I don't love having hella cellulite. I don't love when my stomach is hanging over my jeans. I don't like having 5 double chins. I don't like when my cheeks are hella fat and I look like a pig. So no, that's a lie. That's BS. When people say, oh, well, you should just love yourself. You should just love your body. Okay, it's possible to love my body and still want to change it. So all the people that say, oh, you have low self-esteem if you're trying to lose weight. No, bitch, you have low self-esteem. I lose weight and get in shape because of the lifestyle that I'm going to be living in the future. Okay, I'm going to be a celebrity up in this bitch. I'm going to have the aesthetic of a celebrity because I am the Beyonce in my own life. So no, I'm not going to let people feed me into looking ugly. Because some people, they'll literally try to sabotage. They will try to purposely offer you all the candy at work. I've had people do that to me at work. they will be like, oh, give all the leftover candy, give all the Halloween candy to Exoticals United. Just give it to her. Just go put it on her desk. And it's like, I'll walk into my cubicle. I would have like hella chocolates all on my desk. I'd have like a donut on my desk. And it's like, no, why is it that everybody else gets to say no to the food, but then suddenly because I'm skinny, because I look nice and I'm skinny and I have plenty of weight that I can gain, then suddenly these bitches want to come over here and give me all the chocolate. Hell no, that shit is going straight in the garbage where it belongs. Because my body is not a trash can. So I'm not going to treat it like one. You can't treat your body like a trash can, then get mad when you're shaped like a trash can and people treat you like trash. So you're telling me that I have the same stuff in my body as what somebody would have in a dump truck. So I've got food in my body that's processed. It's full of microplastics. Okay, that's literally what the dump truck comes and picks up when they do the garbage. So it's like I've turned my body into a walking garbage disposal. My body is over here filled with microplastics, filled with parasites and candida and all types of fungus. And then I've got some dummies on YouTube trying to tell me, oh, well, you still look good. Oh, you should just love your body. No, I would not love it if my body was filled with trash and shaped like a trash can. I would not love that. I don't want to walk outside on a summer day and be sweaty as hell. Boobs are sweating, butt is sweating, my thighs are sweating, my neck is sweating, my hair is sweating. No, I don't want to walk around like that and basically go into an asthma attack because I walked up a flight of stairs. Bitch, I want to look good in my sundress. I don't want to put on a sundress and it looks like I put on a parachute, like I'm a walking tent, because I tried to put on a sundress so I could be cute, but then it's like my stomach is so big. I'm over here. I have a watermelon for a stomach, and then I want to feel dainty and cute and like a little princess, but then when I put on a sundress, I look like a tent? No, you can't convince me that that's going to make me happy, and that's okay. And, everybody has different standards for themselves. Everybody has a different beauty standard. And it's like, okay, if your beauty standard is being fat, why is it that it's a problem if my beauty standard is being thin? Like, sis, just admit that you don't have the discipline to be thin and move on. It's fine. If you don't have the discipline, just say it. If you can't resist a donut, just say it. But I'm not going to let my life be controlled by my taste buds. My life is not controlled by my cravings. I'm not a slave to my cravings. That's another thing. A lot of people, they talk so much shit about how they want to be pro-black and they're so proud of their heritage. And it's like, okay, well, some of you guys still have a slave mindset when it comes to food. So just because I have the option to have processed unhealthy foods, that doesn't mean that I have to take that option. I feel like some people, they just have no restraint. They have no self-control. They have no discipline. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. So anytime somebody tries to lie and say they love themselves, but then they have no discipline over their diet, no discipline over their sleep schedule, no discipline when it comes to calories, no discipline when it comes to the gym. Oh, but suddenly you love yourself. Okay, well, clearly you must not love yourself that much. I said what I said. Because even the bigger women who are like BBWs, even those women that you see on Instagram, those women still work out. So they still have some form of discipline. They're at least going to the gym, trying to tone themselves up. They at least are trying. I'm talking about the women that don't put in any effort. Then they try to gaslight other people and they try to make it like something's wrong with you because you want to be skinny. And also it's like, okay, what happened to the whole feminism movement where it's like, oh, I'm for all women, I support all women. It's like, no, you support all women as long as they don't look better than you. That's what it is. You support women until you feel like they're prettier than you or more privileged than you. Then suddenly you no longer support all women. That's why I say that some women's feminism is also fake. They've sabotaged themselves, and so now they want to sabotage me. Like, no, just because you sabotage your diet for the last 5 years, I'm not taking the same path. So no, I don't want to look like you. No, I don't want to look like Big Shirley in The Office. Hell no. I don't want to look like a church auntie that just got back from the cookout. I don't want that. I don't want an auntie body shape. I don't want that aesthetic. That doesn't fit my internalized beauty standard. And I'm honest with myself. I'm honest enough to admit to myself, hey, I like being more toned. I like having more of a model aesthetic. I like being at a healthy weight. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be thin for aesthetic reasons. Because some people are like, oh, well, you should only care about the health of your body. Everything is not about looks. I didn't say everything was about looks, but I care about my looks. And so who gonna check me? You're not going to gaslight me into looking ugly. Nice try. That might work with the women who have low self esteem, but it's not going to work with me. I'm not dumb enough to fall for that talking point. Oh, well, you're just being shallow. If you want to get thin for aesthetic reasons, you're being shallow. If you're trying to get a six pack, that's shallow. You don't have to have a six pack in order to be healthy. Okay, but having a six pack and a toned stomach, it makes me feel confident and sexy, and I love flexing on these hoes, so I have no problem admitting that. I have no problem admitting that. Me meeting my body goals is a flex. Sure is. Who gonna check me? I'm gonna walk outside with my booty shorts on. I will be outside in a crop top. I will be outside working out in my sports bra. And another reason why some women stay trapped in this beluga mindset, it's because they don't go anywhere. So maybe they go to the beach in the summer and that's about it. Okay, but guess what? As a part of my lifestyle, me having thin privilege gives me the confidence to go out in the world and make friends and do the networking events and go to the coffee shop and talk to new people. So my body, like my aesthetic and how I look, it's about more than just physical appearance. It's about affecting my self-esteem in a positive way. It helps me to show up differently. You would show up differently too if you had the body of a supermodel. So let's just think about this logically for a moment. A woman who has the body of a supermodel, she's probably going to show up differently than somebody who deals with fat phobia on a daily basis. Because the skinny woman, she doesn't have the traumas that come with being stereotyped due to her weight. So yes, that is absolutely a privilege, and I will never apologize for wanting access to an easier life. So it's like, just because you've given up on life, just because you're 45 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, like there are hella women at work. They'll be all up in these 9 to 5 jobs. They've given up on themselves. They've given up on their bodies. And it's like, okay, just because you gave up on yourself doesn't mean that I'm going to give up on me. Just because you failed, you didn't show up for yourself, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me. No, I think that I'm worth it. I am worth the weight loss. I am worth my body looking as good as possible. I am worth creating the positive memories that come along with looking good. And some people are like, oh, well, Exoticals United, she's just reminiscing about being pretty. You know, she's not pretty, or she has nothing going for her. She must be ugly. That's why she's anonymous. Okay, even if I was ugly, let's pretend that I'm ugly. Even if I was ugly, I still think it's worth it to be healthy, because I have decades worth of positive memories that I can reminisce on. A lot of women have given up on themselves, and so they're not creating new memories every day. I want every single memory that I create to be a positive memory. So hell yeah, I'm going to do that. Hell yeah, I'm going to look good. Who gon' check me? Having a nice body is a flex. I love how I feel when I go out into parties and like social scenarios. I like how I feel when I am skinny. So a lot of people, they talk about the health side effects of being skinny, like of being at a healthy weight. They'll be like, oh, well, all that matters is being at the healthy weight. Nothing else matters. No, my aesthetic matters. The way that I shape my body, the way that I tone my muscles, all of that matters. How are you going to tell me what kind of identity I get to have? No, bitch, this is my body. Last time I checked, this is my booty. These are my boobs. This is my stomach. So if I want my body to look like a model for aesthetic reasons and for social status reasons, then I can. Because so many content creators, they lie and they try to pretend like beauty doesn't matter, like privileges don't affect your life. They do. So I'm choosing the easiest life for myself possible. I'm not going to give up on myself. The time is going to pass me by anyway. So I'm not going to give up on myself and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm in my 30s, so I might as well just say fuck it. Oh, I'm in my 50s, so I might as well just say fuck it. Oh, well, I'm married now, so I might as well just say fuck it. No. No marriage is going to stop me from looking how I want to look. No job or a certain age is going to stop me from looking how I want to look. Just because you have limiting beliefs about your age, oh, I'm 50, so it doesn't matter if I'm skinny anymore. No, that's your limiting belief. I'm going to look good at 50. I have the right to be as beautiful as I want. So if that means that I have to say no to a bag of hot Cheetos, then I'm going to say no. I don't want hella sodium stacking up in my body, causing my face to swell up, bags all under my eyes, stomach is swollen, body is jiggling the next day, all because I had some high sodium hot Cheetos. No, I don't want that. That's not the lifestyle I want to live. I don't want to have to go to saunas 24/7, relying on the sauna, having to pay hella money to go to the spa every week because I couldn't control my sodium intake. So now I have to go and try to sweat it out. Now I have to go and spend 2 hours in the gym so I can try to get rid of all of this sweating. Now I have to go get all these massages and do the lymphatic drainage. No, how about I just stop eating these high sodium ass foods? Problem solved. And I find it hilarious how some women with this beluga mindset, they'll be like, oh, well, having a smoothie bowl, having a salad, that's not real food. That's nasty. And it's like, what do you mean it's not real food? Your shit is filled with red dye number 5 and microplastics and freaking parasites, and you have the audacity to say that fruits and vegetables are not real food. No, the donuts that you eat every day, that shit is not real food. Your body literally will try to boo-boo out all of that stuff that you're eating because your body is saying, no, this is toxic waste. This is not food. This is toxic waste. Let's get this out of our body immediately. That's why when you go to McDonald's, you immediately go to the bathroom afterwards. That's why when you eat all that candy, you eat all the food in the office. That's why you're the one sitting in the bathroom in the office, in the stall, blowing up the bathroom. You're literally boo-booing at work because you ate hella hot Cheetos and donuts. And then you want to try to walk out of the bathroom. You did not spray it with Febreze. You walk out of the bathroom as if nothing happened. Then you try to play it off like, oh, hi, Sarah. Good morning. How are you? No, bitch. I know you just blew up that bathroom. Don't try to play with me. Oh my God, I'm such a troll. But have you ever come across those women at work? It's like they're hella fat. They're hella undisciplined. And then they want to try to report you for wearing a cute outfit. Do you know how many times I got reported at my job for my pants? It's my pants specifically. First of all, I have no ass, okay? I'm 5'9". I'm hella skinny. I'm between a size 2 and 4 at 5'9". So that's hella small. So how am I getting reported at work for my pants? I don't even have a booty. There's nothing hanging out. No, you're reporting me because I'm slim and I look cute and my pants are form-fitting. You're literally reporting me because of my thigh gap. That's my theory. I really feel like some women, they sexualize skinny bodies, and so they report skinny women at work. They report the skinny pretty girl, and it's like a way to discourage her. Like, they want you to feel like a prisoner in your body. They want you to feel like your body is a problem because that's how they feel about their body. They wake up in the morning and they look frumpy when they put on their work clothes. They look frumpy. You look like a sexy librarian. You look hella cute when you put on your work clothes. They look frumpy. They look like somebody's lost auntie. So they come into the office, bad-bodied, wrinkled-ass button-up shirt, wrinkled-ass slacks, looking horrible, hanging out of the front, hanging out of the sides, double chin hanging out. You can hear them snorting and breathing heavy just walking down the hallway. They're literally making the same noises and sounds as a hippopotamus while they're walking. And then they have the audacity to try to report the skinny people. And I'm like, what? How am I getting reported for pants? I'm literally wearing high-waisted jeans at work and I'm being reported. No, you don't like your body, so you want to project that onto skinny people. You want to try to gaslight women who are at a healthy weight and make us feel like there's something wrong with us or like it's an ED because we choose not to eat hella hot Cheetos and donuts for breakfast. Like, oh, you have an ED. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard to be thin. You're being too strict. You're already skinny enough. No, you don't get to tell me what weight is enough or not. You don't even get to use those words. No, you don't get to decide whether I'm enough. I get to decide if I feel skinny enough, healthy enough, strong enough, toned enough. If I look good enough, that's my business. Why are you all up in my business? If you took that same energy of being an investigator and reporting people at jobs, if you were to keep that same energy with your own diet, you would look like fucking Naomi Campbell right now. But no, you'd rather have an external locus of control and talk crap about people who are skinny. And I feel like some people, they're literally jealous of skinny women's discipline. Like if you have the discipline to lose weight, a lot of people, they're literally jealous of that. They're jealous because you have really good goal setting skills. They're mad because you know how to set goals and actually achieve them. They're mad because you know how to set up a meal plan for yourself. You know how to set up a workout schedule. And it's like, yeah, because I'm not sitting on the sidelines in my own life. I'm not just sitting here waiting for the weight loss to magically happen. It's so funny whenever I see women get confused about why they're gaining weight. Why would I be confused about why I'm gaining weight? if I'm confused about my weight gain, I'm doing something wrong. Like the bottom line is I'm gaining weight because I am not in a calorie deficit. I'm not in a calorie deficit. I'm eating too much food. However much I weigh, I'm eating the diet of a 160-pound person. That's why I weigh 160. I'm eating the diet of a 200-pound person. That's why I weigh 200. I'm having hella sodium. That's why I'm retaining water weight. I'm having hella carbs and grease. So anytime I see a woman where she's confused about why she's gaining weight or why she's not losing weight, well, number one reason is because she has no discipline. She didn't have the discipline to study the reasons for weight gain, the reasons for water retention, how to find a doctor's office in her local city that helps her with her lymphatic drainage system and her hormones, instead of trying to blame the internet or call people fat phobic because we want to be skinny. No, your health problems are not our responsibility. And then I see people on here trying to say that we should have universal health care. Hell no, bitch. I'm not paying your medical bills. So not only do I get punished and accused of having an ED just for being skinny, not only are we being reported at work for simply looking cute, we're not looking slutty at work and we're still getting reported. But now you're telling me that you want to fight for a universal health care to where all of us have to pay for your lazy ass that didn't know how to say no to a donut? Do you see the entitlement there? And it's like, if I want to lose weight, I have to fight for what I want. Like, I worked hard for the body that I have. I work hard to maintain my body. I keep track of my diet and my water intake. So that's work. That takes discipline. So hell yeah, I'm going to show off my body. Hell yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. And I think it's interesting how you see a lot of people with this beluga mindset. They don't want to work hard to lose weight. They'd rather work hard to put other people down for being at a healthy weight. It's like, sis, the literal medical association of the United States agrees that my weight is the healthy one. So who are you to tell me about my health? You can't tell me shit. Are you a doctor? No. Are you a physical trainer? No. Are you a nutritionist? No. Are you even in shape? No. Do you look good? No. A lot of women who are addicted to being fat, they're addicted to food. So they're codependent. And it's like, no, I'm not going to allow codependency and anxiety to stop me from meeting my body goals. Oh, I just ate because I was bored. I had food because I was anxious. I had food because I was stressed at work. No, guess what? My job is not going to destroy my body goals. Some hating ass Karens at work, they're not going to destroy my body goals. A little awkward moment at a restaurant, a little awkward moment at a party, that's not going to make me sabotage myself. Hey, why are you fat? Oh, because I was scared. Hey, why are you fat? Oh, because I was anxious at the party, so, I just overate by 5,000 calories. Do you hear how silly that sounds? Do you hear how unhinged that sounds? I'm not scared of being anxious for a little bit. That's called emotional regulations. Some women, they don't know how to manage their emotions. Have you ever noticed that? A lot of women with this beluga mindset, they're bad at emotional regulation. If they were truly good at regulating themselves, they wouldn't be obese. I said what I said. Because obesity, that's more of a mental, that's a food addiction. Or it's a sugar addiction or a carb addiction. Or it's like the sensation of wanting to chew on some food as a way of feeling grounded. So they need to have something crunchy in their mouth. They need to have something soft that melts in their mouth. It makes them connect back into their own body. And it's like, okay, that's not my fault that you have dissociative personality disorder. So you're telling me I have to be punished because you're the one who dissociates when you eat food, and then you want to say that I have an ED. Like, no, I learned how to ground myself in the moment. If I'm feeling anxious, I will take a couple of deep breaths. I will go and get some water. I will take some ashwagandha or drink some ashwagandha tea. Because eating sugar, that's definitely not going to solve my problems. It's not going to solve my emotional problems. And society, they try to promote the concept of like food as a celebration. You know how we talk about decentering men? Some of these bitches need to decenter food. Okay? So I, as a skinny person, I have decentered food. So my life doesn't revolve around food. I don't wake up thinking about what I'm going to eat for breakfast. When it hits 12 o'clock noon, I'm not thinking about what am I going to eat for lunch. And then when it's 6 o'clock, what am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to have for dessert? No, I don't spend my whole day thinking about food. I have way more important things to focus on. So I will meal prep my little vegetables. I will make my little chicken. I will have my little protein shakes, and then I just have that during the day. My life is not centered around calories. My morning is not centered around a circle that is made of dough and sugar and fat called a donut. I don't center my life around flour. So you're telling me you literally center your whole life around some flour and sugar? Do you hear how insane that sounds? Do you hear how depressing that sounds? So my whole life, the entire reason that I'm happy to go to the birthday party is so I can have the birthday cake. So I'm literally getting up, I'm getting ready, I'm driving to go to my friend's house and celebrate so that I can have this square that has frosting on it and it looks pretty. I'm not revolving my life around fat and sugar and grease. I'm not revolving my life around cupcakes and donuts and Cheetos. When I go to the store, when I go grocery shopping, first of all, why would I waste my money on poison? That's literally poison, just so you know. You do know that sugar ages you more quickly. It breaks down your collagen store. So have you ever been around women where their face is like hella wrinkled and they're young, but they look older than they are? Yeah, that's because they're eating sugar 24/7. Their face is swollen because their diet consists of sodium 24/7. They're having hella salty foods. Chips, potato chips, that's hella high sodium. Trail mix with M&Ms in it. I'm sorry, sis, that is not a healthy snack. That is a dessert. At one point, I was eating 2,000 calories extra per day just based on trail mix. So a lot of these companies, they will market things to you and they'll put one healthy ingredient in there. They'll be like, oh, it has nuts in it. Oh, it has, 1 gram of protein. They'll try to have one little healthy item in there. And it's like, no, all the other stuff cancels that shit out. So it's still a dessert. It's still a dessert at that point. If you're having trail mix and there are 5 packs of M&Ms shuffled in the trail mix, you're still eating the 5 packs of M&Ms. So stop trying to convince me that that's healthy. That's not healthy. If my body doesn't feel good afterwards, then it's not healthy. If I don't feel emotionally good afterwards, then it's not healthy for me. And a lot of people will be like, well, no, you can eat trail mix and still be healthy. Okay, but I do not feel mentally or physically healthy if I have a bunch of trail mix with M&Ms in it. So guess what? My feelings are valid. My emotions are valid. Just like how obese people, they want us to listen to them. They want us to listen to their feelings and emotions. Okay, well, bitch, this is how I feel. I feel less confident if I am obese. When I am fat, I do not feel as confident. And I have no problem saying that. Oh, well, you're insecure. And join the club, bitch. Everybody in this world experiences insecurities. Anybody who says that they've never felt insecure, they're actually the most insecure person of them all. And a lot of people with a beluga mindset, I feel like some of them, they just don't get fed up. I get very fed up with myself. Like, there's a certain point in my diet where it's like, okay, I'm tired of this sugar. Okay, I'm tired of being pudgy. I'm tired of being chunky. So I know what my limits are. I will get fed up and I will change myself. I will change my habits so I can meet my goals. Some people, it's like, how much of a wake-up call do you need? How much more fat do you need? How many more pounds do you need to gain before you finally decide to get back on track? How many more pounds do you need to gain before you finally decide to stop eating Cheetos? And some of these women have very bad impulse control. So that's another issue. It's like, okay, sis, you got way bigger problems than just your weight. Because staying skinny and maintaining your weight, it's not just about like the diet part. The diet part comes from your mentality. Being skinny is a mindset. Being thin is a mindset. So I know that if I eat an entire cake, I know that I'm going to feel tired later. I know that my stomach's going to feel bloated. I know that my stomach is going to be rumbling. I'm probably not going to sleep well, especially if I had that much sugar. So I like to think ahead. I strategize when it comes to food. Every bite of food is a part of my social strategy. That's a part of my health strategy. So I don't want to be 50 and 60 years old and now I've got candida, I've got all these yeast problems, I've got hella cavities, I'm obese, I have like heart problems. No, I don't want to have all of those issues when I get older. So I think ahead. And I don't care if I'm the skinniest person in the office. That has happened several times where it's like I'm the skinniest person in the office or like I'm the only skinny person. I don't care. Just because everybody else is fat, that doesn't mean I have to be fat. Oh, well, my whole family is big. Oh, well, my boyfriend, my husband, he's big, and my siblings are all big. All my roommates are big, and I'm going to be the skinniest one up in there. So I don't want to take on the habits of big people. I don't want to do that. I'm not a follower. And if I was choosing to be a follower, why would I follow someone who failed? Let's be honest. People who are unhappy with their bodies, they failed at meeting their body goals. So why would I follow someone who literally has no proof of concept? My body being at a healthy weight, that is proof that clearly I am doing something right. Especially if I was able to lose weight. Let's say I gain weight, because during COVID, that was the time when I was like chunky. So it's like, okay, if I gain weight and was able to lose it, that's proof of concept. That's proof that I do know how to lose weight and be at a healthy weight and maintain a healthy weight. So why would I then get into an environment of belugas and then I start taking on their qualities? No, bitch, I'm ahead of you. So what are you talking about? You should be following me. And that's exactly why when I was at my last job, some of the other ladies, they started trying to copy my diet. And that's what a lot of people won't admit. So they will try to accuse you of having an ED. They'll accuse you of being extreme. But then behind the scenes, these bitches are out here spending 2 hours in the gym. They're out here starving themselves. It's so hilarious. They accuse women at a healthy weight. They accuse us of not eating enough. And it's like, no, a lot of women who are big, they will go hours upon hours without eating until their stomach is growling and they're ravenously hungry. And then they go and binge. That's not how you do it. A lot of healthy women, we know how to regulate our blood sugar just naturally. I have more protein per day right now than I did when I was 35 pounds heavier. And some women, they stay fat because they feel like, oh, it's not that bad. You know, I'm not obese. I'm only a size 12. I'm not a size 15. I'm only a size 16. I'm not a size 20. And it's like they're comparing themselves to women that are fatter than them. And it's like, no, obesity is not my standard. That's not what I'm comparing myself to. I am comparing myself to my internalized beauty standard, my internalized standard of health. I'm comparing myself to what I want to see in my own future. So I don't care if everybody else is already bigger than me. My goal was not to be the skinniest person in the office. That's not why I decided to lose weight. It's because I wanted to look the best for my version of my future self. But some women, they literally settle. They settle because they feel like, oh, well, you know, everybody else in Walmart looks worse than me, so it must not be that bad. That is a complacent, lazy ass mindset. That's a complacent mindset. It's like, oh, why bother? As long as I'm not the fattest person in the room, I'm okay. No, I don't think like that. I shoot for the stars. I shoot for the absolute best. So if I know that my body is capable of having toned abs and toned legs and a toned booty and toned arms, then I'm going to shoot as high as possible. A lot of women with a beluga mindset, they're not shooting high enough. They're not pushing outside of their limits far enough. They're not saying no to enough snacks. They only said no to 1 bag of Cheetos. They didn't say no to 5 bags of Cheetos. They only said no for 1 day. They don't know how to say no consistently. They don't know how to say no to the cupcakes every single week. They might be able to resist once or twice, and then they think that's enough. It's like, no, being thin is a lifestyle. So you have to make choices every single day that support being skinny. So one of the choices I make is I eat vegetables every day. That is a non-negotiable. I eat vegetable and fruit every single day. I'm not going to go a whole day eating processed food. First of all, if I do that, I'm not going to feel good. I'm going to feel less energy. I'm going to feel more hungry. I will have more cravings. I'm more likely to get dehydrated. I notice if I have high sugar, it dehydrates me. So it's like, I'm not going to spend a whole day having all processed foods. So one of my baseline standards for myself is no, I will be eating fruits, vegetables, and protein every single day. So I may not always have a perfectly healthy day, but I do have my baseline standard. A lot of people who are big, they don't have a baseline standard. They just feel like, hey, I'll just react to my environment. Whatever they have at the office, that's what I'm going to eat. Whatever they have at the cafeteria, that's what I'm going to eat. No, I don't want to have a food. I don't want a cafeteria body. If all you eat is cafeteria food, how are you going to get mad that you look like a lunch lady? That's why you look like a lunch lady. It's because all you eat is the cafeteria food. I don't want to have a lunch lady body type. I don't want a cafeteria body type. I want a Whole Foods body type. I want a Pilates princess body type. So what do I see a lot of Pilates princesses eating. They tend to have the little green drinks or the little matchas or the fruit smoothies. Okay, so that's more of the aesthetic that I want. I don't want the lunch lady aesthetic. I don't want the bag of chips aesthetic. If you eat a whole bunch of bags of chips, you're going to be shaped like a bag of chips. If your diet is sloppy, your body is going to be sloppy. So no, I don't want to look sloppy. I don't want my back to have like love handles, then I have the bra strap fat, then I have the armpit fat, then I have like a middle boob, so like fat in between my boobs, and then fat under the boobs, and then like a lumpy stomach. I don't want hella lumps. If you have a lumpy body type, it's because you're eating hella lumps of food. You're snacking too much. All those little extra handfuls that you're eating, that's extra handfuls of fat that's on your body. So no, I don't want the body type of somebody who's a snacker. I don't want a chunky body type. That's not my internalized beauty standard, and that's okay. And I will never apologize for that. I'm not apologizing for how I want to look. This is my freedom of choice, my body, my choice. So I choose to not look chunky. If other people want to look chunky, that's fine. If they want to look thick, okay. But I enjoy looking slim. I enjoy looking kind of toned and, like more of a solid body type as opposed to a jiggly body. I don't want to be jiggling everywhere. A jiggly chin, jiggly stomach, jiggly boobs, jiggly butt, jiggling hips. I don't want everything to be jiggling and wiggling out of place. My whole purpose of wanting to have a certain aesthetic look, so other than just health, part of my aesthetic goals with my body, that has more to do with getting rid of micro insecurities. Because I have no problem admitting, if I feel fat, it's a micro insecurity for me. I'm not going to feel as secure in my body if I feel like I'm hanging out of my clothes. So I don't have a problem admitting that. So bigger women trying to say that thin women are just insecure, that insult doesn't hit like you think it does. We don't care. Like, we acknowledge our insecurities. That's why we are fixing them. We acknowledge the fact that we feel insecure if we have like 5 chins. So that's why we're fixing it. Anyway, what do you ladies think? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.